Hello, folks. It's Monday, 26th of December, and it's the first day of Kwanzaa. If you follow that, it's the Unity Day, Umoja. Well, you know where I'm at about that. We need a unity. So, folks, I keep forgetting to mention that last week I was interviewed and had a nice conversation with Michael Conaway, I believe. Yeah, Michael Conaway. He's a journalist who I was a guest on his channel a couple of years ago. And I keep forgetting to mention that we had a second conversation recently. I'll post a link. Michael's a good person, and it was an enjoyable conversation. It's you get a slightly different perspective when someone's asking you the questions. So it's enlightening. I hope Stephanie and Adrian, I know you're still over at Adrian, so y'all will probably watch this together. That was fun. Zooming yesterday, although a little bit chaotic. It's so, to me, indicative of my sister Adrian's nature that she was all consumed with getting her unit running. We couldn't get them all to sync up. And Adrian, I love her, but she's a control freak. That was so funny, and I was giving everybody shit at the time. It's like, well, come on, y'all, let's just visit. What's all this about these damn... I can see you. You can see me. Let's talk. It was fun. I love my family very, very much. Physically, I was alone here yesterday, but I wasn't alone. And if I craved physical presence in my home, I could have it. That's the thing I know. It's like I don't have to have time alone. I like it. It's fine. That's why I was saying when I said yesterday, folks, because I still see, we're human, and you see those posts where people are really struggling and saying that they're really alone and things are bad, and it's like, why can't anybody else do nothing about that for you? People, don't you understand? You have to do it. I know from experience as a human being with long-standing depression, okay? Among other things, Come on. You can try something different. Do something different. Reach out to people. Along those lines, I'd been thinking about how to make this statement. I do compose thoughts over time. And today I got a good version of something I've been trying to say for a while. So I posted it on Facebook and on my Twitter. And this is what I wrote. I had to condense it for Twitter because of the limit. Thoughts on this holiday. My life has been enriched by your presence. Some of you I may never meet in person. And some of you I may never see again in person. But I want you all to know that you are important. And I am so glad that our paths crossed. And I mean that. My life has been enriched by everyone that I've encountered. That includes negative encounters. It all goes towards the totality of my life experience. And some of those negative experiences are real opportunities to grow and learn. And they have been. So when it comes to some music yesterday, I found myself kind of naturally, because of the connection with family and all day, picking some music that has a Christmassy holiday feel to me. And Cocteau Twins really fit the bill, so I played these all the way through. Heaven or Las Vegas. This is just a dynamite, classic, wonderful album. It's like they perfected their sound and their approach on this album. It's incredibly good. But I also have these originals, Tiny Dynamine. It was like a double 12-inch EP set that came out. I think it was 1982. I love these graphics, and this is what the music sounds like. Tiny Dynamine and Echoes in a Shallow Bay. I love the fact that they did it like this, to maximize the total effect of the music and the graphics. Beautiful music, and it's not Christmas music. They made a Christmas Frosty the Snowman. I don't have it. But this is perfect winter music, I would say. Okay. Now, interestingly, after that, I listened to some Coil, which is a whole different ball game. Music to play in the dark, and yet it worked. Side 3 of this, the majority of it is instrumental. So when those dark, slightly creepy vocals come in, I was ready for it, and it was too late for it to creep me out because I was in the cut. I was in the zone with the sound. And this has come out in many different permutations. This is the one that I got. That was enjoyable. I found myself just on a Jag. I loved the Catherine wheel, so that came up. So I played Balloon. I played the CD single out of convenience. Love these songs. Intravenous, Balloon. And then I pulled this so I could post it and show it because it's fun. It's the limited edition double 12-inch single of I Want to Touch You. Signed by the whole band, actually. And what's interesting is this was signed for me. I've met Catherine Wheel, but this was before I met them. A friend of mine who unfortunately died of cancer, rest in peace, and fought cancer, he knew how huge of a fan I was. So when he saw them on the West Coast, when he met them, he had them sign stuff for me. People just blow my mind. It just blows my mind how the kindness. But again, I'll say it again. It's not perfect, but you get what you give. You really do. You really do. So I appreciate the love. I do. More Sakamoto. Now this I didn't play, but I was showing it because this is a gold CD version of his Illustrated Music Encyclopedia. I have several gold CDs, and the sound quality is noticeable. The difference is it's noticeable and it's sweet. I just love Ryuichi Sakamoto's music so much. It's good anytime. This was a pleasant, not surprise, but reconnection. Hadn't played this in a long time. Shuggie Otis. Inspiration, Information, and Wings of Love. 2 albums, 2 CDs. Got into this heavy last night. It's wonderful because it's got the blackness. It's got the blues, but it also has the psychedelicness. There were times when I was listening to this when I thought to myself, man, that almost sounds like something I would do. Which for me is a compliment, because I like what I do very much. Now here's another thing. There's a personal connection. So Shuggie Otis is a couple years older than me. His dad, Johnny Otis, was friends with my dad, Red Higgins, and also Preston Love. Shuggie Otis is on several Preston Love records. I know that I was around Shuggie Otis, but I didn't know who he was, so I can't tell you a specific memory. But one of the last times I was hanging out with Preston's daughter, Portia Love, we were talking about the past and some kind of stuff, and that came up, and she said, "Oh, man, you don't remember Shuggie?" And she started to tell me these things, and it's like, oh, I wish I could remember, because I do remember playing with the Loves, and apparently Shuggie was part of that group. This is fantastic. Shuggie Otis, great guitarist, but also very interesting writer. I was like, wow, I like this. Remember it. What else we got? What else we got? I'm doing fine, people. I'm telling you. You got to use your inner voice and what you know to make yourself strong and stay there. This is something I bought last year at Grapefruit. Took a chance. It was in the used, and it was new, but it was marked down. Matt Valentine and Erika Elder. I'd heard of Matt Valentine from something else, can't recall it right now. Ragas and Blues. This is real good. I love these tip-on jackets. They're heavy and they just scream of high quality. And this is what it says, Ragas and Blues. It's instrumental, likely improvised, but they make a wonderful buzzing sound together on this album. It's the best way to describe it. It just buzzes. It's wonderful. And this is a really good pop album, and I don't know why it's so expensive and so hard to find, but it's the two people from New Order. The other two, the married couple. The other two and you. They had one hit off of this, or a single anyway, should have been a hit, Selfish. This is very good. And when I posted this yesterday, someone made the comment, and I agree with it. He said, oh yeah, there's the actual talent in New Order. slight dig at Hook and the guitar player, who have at times been kind of cantankerous in public. I like them all. But this is really good, really fresh. Hey, Dave Newhouse, if you see this, I'm glad to hear from you. I'm glad you checked out the Dami and JD Beck. Yeah, they are badass. And what they're doing just bodes well for the future. It's like, what will they do next? It's very interesting. Okay. Anything else here? Yeah, I played this. Sakamoto and Robin Scott. The Robin Scott vocals, I don't care for, but I can see why it happened. But I like the arrangements of the Sakamoto, because they're slightly different on those. And then, as you know, Adrian Belew makes a wonderful appearance on the whole album. So there's some music for you, and that's where I'm at today. I do have a casualty from the winter storm. My water heater is down, so I've been without hot water for a few days. I've been doing fine. The main thing I can't do is take a shower, so I have to take a horse bath. You know how to heat up water in appliances. So I'm trying to get a service call today, and I'm not surprised so far I can't get one because of the holidays and because of the weather, that everything's backed up. But it's not a big deal, because again, I know how to rough it, and like I said, the main thing is I can't take a shower. I can cook. I can take care of things. I'm fine. People, thank you so much for letting me know what you think and feel, and that this connection is a good thing in your lives. I've said it a few times, but I always have known this about myself from childhood. I'm a people person, and I made a choice a long time ago to err on the right side rather than the wrong, because I've seen both, I've done both, and both good and evil have their attraction. As you see, the planet is full of evil people and horrid behavior. And I just consciously decided a long time ago, I'm not going to do that. And so my thought is, I don't make New Year's resolutions. Haven't done it for a long time. This is what I'll say. If there's any sort of resolution, it's to continue the effort to be a decent human being and to propagate positive energy and a message that encourages unity, kindness, and and growth. That's my aspiration, is to continue that. That's what I'm about. It just, it helps us all. That's what's so frustrating, is that not-headed, selfish, uneducated, hurt people who do hurtful things, selfish things, destructive things. They're blind to how it hurts them. It hurts us all. So that's why I keep putting this out there, people, and I really want to encourage you all to be a part of it too. Be an active agent of positive growth and love. Don't let those words and those wonderful songs that have been written be lies. We keep saying, like the Beatles, all you need is love, but we don't see the result. We don't see it happening, because it's up to us to make it happen. We're all scrambling to keep the lights on and to pay the bills, and also to acquire all this material stuff. And it just, can't you see, folks, that's not what's really important. We're what's important. We lost the plot a long time ago, but we can get it back. We can. That's my optimism, is that, in spite of the fact that this is historically and epoch-wise, this is what's supposed to happen, is we're in the decline of Western civilization, and shit's falling apart, and it's going to. It is going to fall apart. It is. It's going to get way worse before there's a turnaround, but that's no reason to not be aware and make efforts to do what you can while you can. So that's why I put the message out. Okay, people, talk to me. Merry Kwanzaa. It was the last day of Hanukkah. Spread love, people.